Hello, everyone. How you guys doing? I hope you're having a good day, great day, morning, night, evening, whichever time you're seeing this video. So I decided to make this video. I am currently working on this class right now. Managing organization and leading people C200 is actually a very, very, very great class because it actually made me wonder, and I was thinking. It brought up a lot of questions for me to think. Again, I'm going to remind you guys, I am a student taking this class. So I am speaking from a place of a student, not someone who is a professor, instructor, blah, blah, blah. I am not that. I am just a student. I'm putting myself out there. For me, this is kind of like a training for me. I want to learn how to speak more better. I'm open to your perspective. Some people might have criticism. It's okay. Put it in the comment section. I don't mind. It's all for growth, I would say. So let us get into this. Do not wonder or ponder about this stuff. I game. That is my hobby. I paint. I game. I have a life outside of this, studying and stuff. I game. I watch anime. I do all that stuff. So do not care about that. So back to this paper. Task one. It has two tasks. This is task one that I'm working on right now. I think it is amazing. It made me think a lot. First, you have to take that Clifton Strength Assessment. When I took it, it was surprising. It's an amazing assessment, I would say. Um, but it made me to think, and when I looked at the strengths, it also made me to think about the weaknesses because sometimes in your strengths there are some weakness also in it. Um, Bless me. So when I thought about this, uh, some of mine I'm not gonna give like the full information. Some of mine was that I put on the paper. So again, this is just um, for studying purposes. I'm right. I'm not going to share my paper with you guys. I'm not going to share any of that. I'm not also going to share my results that I got, but I'll just kind of like give a little stuff. So connectedness would be one I'll be writing about. It's part of the strength. Um, Another one is, let me go back to my Microsoft Words. Do-do-do. Scroll up. Connectedness, empathy, and where is the last one? Strategic. So one of the stuff when it came down to the strategic was that for me, I always wanted to understand a reasoning behind. So I wanted to understand what is behind the behind. I want to understand. I'm not trying to understand for malicious purpose. It's just for me. I think understanding will make me make a better decision. So that's why I always want to understand. I always wanted to ask a lot of questions, not because I want to just ask those questions, but for me, it's just about understanding, you know. And so my main question, and now this is where I want people to chip in. Let me know. Let me share your perspective in the comment section. Share whatever you're thinking. If you are, for instance, if I get lucky and a professor sees this, I would literally appreciate their perspective. For me, I was thinking that, let me go back to this. So when you look at this, it wants you to take the test, the assessment, this, then evaluate your leadership using one of the scholars' leadership tiers below. So this. So when I did mine, I realized I aligned with the servant leadership. The reason I aligned with this is, firstly, I love to like serve people. I want people to come together. That's my thinking. I want people to come together. Um, I want people from different places. I want people to come from different places. So the way I see things is, and the way I see people is, I see that like there are different things that came together to make different people, and people have different colors, different shape, accents, dialects, tribes, and it amazes. This are the things that amazes me about life because when I see different people, I'm amazed, and I always want to have people come together and work together and grow and speak about things that are intellectual. Uh, in college and growing up as a kid, I've always wanted to like cook, and I love when everyone would gather together and kind of like eat and we laugh and we play, kind of like that kind of stuff. I like it because I just want where people, that's kid, I'm talking about my childhood and stuff. But right now, I love when people could come together from different places to kind of like pull people from different angles, and we all come together and work. And there's no I'm boss, I'm on top of you, this and that. I want like a plain field where everyone could just do the job, do the thing, do what we have to do, come together and reason together. That's how I think. And being that I've experienced different kind of leadership and environments, I would say I've experienced a place that was transactional, um, and kind of like an hierarchy place where people, it was kind of like unspoken roles and unspoken rules, and it was kind of like an hierarchy. And for someone who is neurodivergent and who wants to understand more, it made me to ask questions. When I asked questions, it was from previous experiences, it was met with a little resistance in a way. So my question started to come out from where I was thinking, as someone who would align with a servant leadership style, when you step into a place that is, let's say, transactional, and you have the mentality that, okay, or let's say you are transactional and you step into a place, or let's say, let me clear that. Let's say you're someone who has this hierarchy mentality, and you step into a place where it doesn't see things that way. They've in their over the years they've been walking in a way where it's not hierarchy. Everyone comes together. They see themselves as equal, where we can all brainstorm, do things together, and make sure that we achieve the same goal. How is that? How is that? Can someone like that, like someone, let's say, can someone who has a transactional leadership style blend into a place that have a situational leadership style? And can someone who has a servant leadership style blend into a place that has a transformational leadership style? That is my thinking. For me, I don't think so, but I'm open to the a new perspective. I'm open to seeing things from a different way. And by the way, I've been using the servant leadership style was, I would say, pioneered by this person or coined by Robert K. Greenleaf. Um, he has a book. The book, I added the book to my Amazon uh, shopping cart, and the book seems to be good. When I read, just a few concepts on it, it was actually amazing. So I'm definitely going to buy that book and read that book later. But I'm gonna remove this. So yeah, this is the book right here, and they said he wrote this essay about and it was first published in 1970, probably 40 something years ago, I guess. And so my thinking was, how would someone with a servant leadership style be seen? Do you think that kind of person would be trampled upon? Because in some places, if you're trying to bring yourself here, let's say in a place that is hierarchy, hierarchical. I don't know if I said that right. Um, in a place that has that hierarchy mentality or leadership style, when you as a leader come in there and you want to balance it out and let people know that you are open, that you don't um, like you are there to serve them, will they see it as with the team, the old team, will they see it as a weakness to explore? Because sometimes, let's say you're someone who has empathy and you're showing kindness, because in some places things are, it's kind of like it's rigid and it's kind of like if you don't do as I say, we'll punish you kind of stuff. I have seen it. This is not just a making up of something. I've actually seen it where if you don't do as we say, we'll punish. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not calling anyone bad or stuff. What I'm saying is that will a servant, with someone with a servant leadership style, would they be able to work in a place or lead a place that has a transformational leadership or transactional leadership, who have been, you know, used to a transactional leadership style? Do you think someone with a servant leadership style, do you think they'll be able to lead a team that has already been used to a transactional leadership style? So that was where my thinking came in, the questions I meant to say. And I was thinking, is this something that should, do you have to keep changing your leadership style? You know, when you get into a new place, you have to like change the you know, in a way adapt. Is that what we are we going to call that adapting? You know, I was thinking about that. And I was also thinking, um, in some places, some things are seen as weakness. Like it's just like you're showing kindness to someone who has been used to a rigid hierarchy, I'll punish you kind of system. And you showing kindness, you showing them that hey, I can be here, we could work together, we can do this. How is that seen? You know, um, so those are my thinking, and of course, some of the strengths have some weaknesses that you also have to look into. And this stuff was an eye opener for me. I really love this course. It is amazing, most especially um, the Clifton Strength Assessment was amazing. Also, I loved it. I've been reading into it. I just don't want to show it right now. I've been reading it, and the strength also shows your weakness in a way. Um, and there's a lot to learn from it. There's literally a lot. And yeah, so whatever you think, let me know. Again, I will remind you, I am just a student. I don't know much, but I am willing to learn. My mentality is learning, knowing why this, ask questions to understand, you know, what is behind this, trying to know what is behind the behind. That is my mentality when it comes to thinking about stuff. So yeah, so yeah, that was my thinking as I write this. I just thought about it because I was speaking with myself as I was writing this paper, and I was like, okay, let me record this, put it out there. It's not perfect. It's not the most polished video ever. I'm just saying it's just my thought process as I was thinking about this. I already wrote the strengths. I wrote about the strengths. I'm currently at the weakness side, and I was like, okay, wait. I got stuck at the weakness side, and I was like, okay, let me record this because yeah, let me go through some of the weaknesses. So I'm not going to expose all because some people, I don't know. I'm not going to talk about that one. Okay, yes. Rather than a certain things. Okay, yes. So for me, I always wanted to understand things deeper rather than just accepting things on surface level. Uh, like now, someone says jump. I would ask questions. Why are we jumping? You know, in a place where it um, uh, is rigid, you cannot ask questions, or if you ask questions, it's going to be saying like you're challenging the hierarchy, or you're challenging their leadership style. So in a place like that, you know, so I'm speaking not just from a leader's perspective, but out, as a student also, to understand things better. So one of my weakness would be sometimes I might want to understand something before making decisions right away. It's just like not trying to just jump into. I want to be more informed before making a decision. I will put it that way. So um yeah, so I'll put it that way. Um because for me it's about making a thoughtful decision that supports the well-being and success of others. So that's just how I usually reason, you know. And yeah. So yeah, let me know in the comment section, as I don't know, some people might actually be writing this paper also. This is not for I am not your professor, I am not your instructor. I'm just a student just like you, writing the same paper, thinking about things. So I'm just expressing myself as I think about these things. I'm not showing my paper, of course, and I'm not putting my paper out there because this is personal. It has to be graded. It has to follow the standards of the school, and I have to make sure that I follow the rules and everything. So I'm not going to be putting much information. This is just questions for people who would like to sit down, talk about things, share ideas. For me, I'm that kind of person who is open to different perspective. I'm very open to different. I want to understand more deeper. So if you have a reason behind it, for me, I just want to know if this is something you have to keep changing, because I see this as okay. I see this as someone who, let's say, you're someone who love eating with your right hand. Do you have to start eating with your left hand? I hope I put it in the most simple way possible. It's kind of like, can you change the leadership style? Is it something you have to keep changing or adapting? And is it something that, okay, because sometimes I've seen, let's look at when you look at the news, you hear things like the CEO of this company was he was or she was fired for the way they were leading and blah blah blah. So was it because of their leadership style? And let's take a look at what is his name? Uh, it's not Tim. It is why did I just forget about him right now? The Apple CEO, the original Apple CEO. Why did I forget his name? What is the first? What is the name of the first Apple CEO? That's just the thing about uh, no, not that one. Apple CEO. Um, why did I forget his name? Steve Jobs. Why would I forget that name? Jesus Christ, what is wrong with me? I have been working on it. That's the simple name. I don't know. I could literally remember his name, but I just forgot for some reason. Maybe because of this. So yeah. At first, from what I heard, because I was watching some YouTube shorts. At first, he was fired because they said he was making some stuff that wasn't aligning with Apple at the time, or his leadership style or something. Then they had to bring him back. Then invented or changed some things around and everything. So my thinking was, did he change his leadership style? Did he do something differently? Did he did he have to change? Maybe he had to change the team, or what exactly about this? Because you know, leadership, when you look at things, I'm looking at it from like a company. Let's say you're leading a team or a company or something, and yeah, you have to lead them to success. But then let's say that team is used to a transactional leadership style. Do you adapt in a way, or do you change who you are? So is this from what I am looking at? Is this um, the theories? Is it something that it has to be? I mean, that is you, but is it something that you have to keep changing? Is it something that you would say you want to adapt to a new kind of leadership style? Or so that's just my thinking process when I look at this. Of course, I'm going to schedule with an instructor. I'm probably going to ask a couple questions to get better understanding. But if you know some things that I might not know, let me know in the comment section. For me, I am open to a newer perspective of thinking. I'm young in a way, so for me, it's just about understanding. I really do not care about the mistakes. So, my words might not be super polished like you might be expecting. Again, I'm a student. So yeah, that's what I am thinking. And the weaknesses, um, those are areas that I am going to be working on, definitely. And yeah, just making sure that I follow these rubrics and stuff. But so yeah, that is pretty much it. I think it is amazing. Whatever style or leadership that you have, I think it's amazing. Let me know in the comment section. I am open. And if you are a leader already watching this, let's say you're just taking this course, I would like to get your perspective too, because um, what is it like leading people? You know, and sometimes you might not even be a manager or a leader. It could be, let's say, you were part of you were in a school or a church and you were leading people, and things like that. It could be in different scenarios. So I would like to actually get different perspective. So, anyways, do not judge the poor quality of this video. It's not the best. I game. This is my gaming setup. I play games. I do some stuff after school, so I have fun in a way. So so for some people who might be saying this, what is this? Look at the stuff behind this stuff. Like, what is this? Anime. Yeah, I watch anime. This is Deadpool. What else is gonna show? This is Poco Roco, whatever. Studio Ghibli. This is another Studio Ghibli. You should watch this. This is amazing. And this is my gaming stuff. I game. Yeah. So, anyways, Avatar, best of the best. I love this. So yeah, love that too. So if you made it to the end of this video, thank you very much. I really appreciate. Let me know what you think about this, and peace.